Alright, I'll wait till Tamao gets off the screen of my face.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Hey
There we
everyone,
go.
we've got the top 4 game here. Nick Pearce versus Tamao Cameron. Should be a pretty interesting one. If you guys could now go ahead and mute us. We're trusting they are actually doing that.
Both players at this point, they've got through the first round. They both know the exact 60 cards, or at least they have the information for the exact 60. So
Yeah.
there's not as much that we need to keep secret this time, but still just good practice that they don't hear us from this point on, really.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even want to say the matchup, just on the off chance. They weren't.
Someone's lazy.
Yeah. Well, if they didn't get that information themselves, they're denied it from me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, Tamao is playing Rayquaza, kind of speed Ray. Tamao is choosing who goes first, so switch to his screen. It's probably going to be him.
Yeah.
So Tamao is playing. Oh wow.
He does have VS Seeker for AZ if he can get another Pokemon though. It's
Yeah.
not as awful as it actually does look.
If
but
he gets another
he plays two
Pokemon,
Hooper as well. He
yeah,
plays two Hooper.
that's true actually. If he gets another Pokemon, it's really nice actually. He doesn't really need to slow down. He doesn't need to hex Nick turn 1 or anything like that because Nick's playing Greninja, and Tamao knows that Nick's playing Greninja by now as well.
Yeah, you got a free extra top deck as well from a Mulligan, which
Yeah.
is nice as well.
So what do you think of this matchup?
It's going to be a really weird one. It's going to be one that the players will dictate the way this game will go.
Okay.
Both players have certain lines they can do to disrupt the other. And look at that, he's got a Pokemon and an Ultra Ball, so he's got to be pretty stoked right now.
Yeah.
He could go for a double Hooper this turn and get like the full setup if he wants, and just end my Megaring for the turn.
I think that's fine. Like, he might want to hit his red card because that can really just shut down Greninja. And we actually see Nick starting Jirachi again in his games against Charlie. I think he started it all 3 times.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a really useful card in this matchup because Tamao's deck is very double colorless energy reliant. We see
Yeah.
Tamao already has the Bunnelby in hand as well. He might have to keep an eye on Bunnelby. It could be something he needs at some point in this game if he's running low on resources. So definitely Resource War is got to be in both players' minds in this matchup because taking 6 physical prizes with Jirachi taking a double colorless almost every turn, especially with the Sacred Ashes that Nick's playing, it's going to be tricky for Tamao. So.
I think because you have to take 6 single prizes, this can be actually horrible if Greninja sets up well.
Mm-hmm. And the worst thing is, like, if you want to Bunnelby back to double colorless, you also need to, like, as an extra hex on top of that, each turn that you lose is giving him a lot of snipes anyway, so...
Yeah, you have to be a little careful, oddly enough, because though Bunnelby is his only non-EX, if he plays it down early, before he needs it, it gets sniped, and then he needs it later. It's an easy, like, prize equalizer, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, we've mentioned it loads, but it just got Ultra Balled away. But bear in mind, Tamao is playing Sacred Ash, so it's not gone forever, and it could be something he searches for later on in the game. As he grabs himself Hooper.
Yeah. So I think he's fine putting down the second one. Like, there might be a little bit of a stadium war here, but Tamao isn't too concerned with losing that because all of his attacks should be, except on the Greninja break with only 5 bench, should be one-hit knockouts. So he should feel pretty comfortable with that.
I think early on he doesn't have to commit the stadium, so he should be able to win out. And bear in mind that Nick, he is playing Delinquent, but he's playing only 2 physical Rough Seas as well.
Yeah. So Nick would have to get Delinquent back enough times with Tamao on a low hand while removing double colourless energy. He's got his work cut out for him, I think, to try and take this.
So Tamao choosing the more aggressive option, he could have had the decision of just Mega for turn, holding those VS Seekers.
Oh.
But look at this, he gets the red card early.
So he's going for... he's very happy to see that red card, I think. And there might be an argument to not take the Skyfield here since he has one in hand.
I think if he is, it means he's not planning on putting down Shaman and goes for the end straight away next turn. If he doesn't take it, which he doesn't, he has the option to go for the Shaman still before the end next turn.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is pretty good position. He might. Oh, okay. He's actually just going to play it now. What do you
Hmm.
think to this? Do you think that's
I think
okay?
get more cards from Shaman, Mega for turn without needing a Spirit Link is probably the best thing he wants here.
Yeah.
Save his Spirit Links for later on in the game. He is playing 4, but at the
Oh,
same
and
time,
only 3/3 Ray, right?
yes.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, he obviously sees that trying to get set up all in one go is pretty important.
Hmm.
And
Um,
of
Interesting
course,
Ultra Ball.
yeah,
I think it might be Skyfield and Rayquaza that goes.
I think that's fine. Like I mean, he should have seen Nick's list by now, so he should have seen that there's only 2 Rough Seas.
Hmm.
So I think he'll be all right with that, especially since the Rough Seas Skyfield War isn't as important.
Okay, he goes for the Lightning Energy. That would be the other option because he's already got the Mega Turbo anyway.
That's true.
Um,
He's
it was
got the
just if
Mega
he wanted
Turbo.
to have, yeah, he
I
wants to have some sort of manual attachments, and now he only has 1 Lightning Energy to manually attach.
Yeah,
This
he
turn.
compressed
And this
another one
game,
earlier, didn't he?
yeah,
Okay. So he has to be a little careful as well because he doesn't actually have that many options to remove that Hooper from the active. He's got Float and AZ, and I think that's it.
yeah. We didn't see him compress the AZ, did we? Turn 1.
No, I'm not sure if it was. Oh, sorry, I got to switch to Nick. I'm not sure if it was actually in his deck, but well, Nick has 2 throw keys, and that's
Nick made a pretty interesting call there. He decided not to attach anything because he's sort of assuming the Jirachi is going to be KO'd, so he's hoping on that rather than attaching it now
Yeah.
and just falling prey to a Lysander. So that's probably the best play that he had available. Not too much right now. Tamar's actually going to attach the double colorless to pay the retreat here.
Yeah, I actually forgot that is another retreating option, and yeah, he's just going to take the knockout. Not going to play N now because the problem with Greninja is turn 1 they do nothing, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So we do see that dive ball from
Yeah.
Nick. He has 1 Frogadier prized, it looks like.
I think that's
in this-
okay.
Yeah. I think it's not. This isn't the greatest matchup where you need to go so crazy with
Yeah,
ninjas. You can just resource war, especially because Tamao's had to discard a double colorless off of his own back anyway. You want to have the Greninjas just sort of threatening in and around these Jirachi snipes. Not snipes, but getting rid of energy.
yeah. I think like actually having 1 prize is a bit annoying here, just because this Frogadier is definitely going down, and his hand doesn't really match up to what he needs.
Was there any debate to playing the letter there for a slightly better potential 2 top decks?
Yeah, I mean, even if you Sycamore, the water's in the discard, you get to Fisherman late in the game, I think that's fine.
I maybe would have thought about doing that.
Yeah.
Nick, content with not doing it. He does have the option to get the XY Greninja and stuff, so
One
at
thing
least it's going.
One thing might come into play this game is Bubble, actually.
Yeah, Bubble is a factor, especially because he's gone so aggressive.
Like here, I'd definitely be promoting the Bubble. Oh, and
do you think?
yeah, well, that's me. I might, but I like the kind of silly YOLO plays.
No, I agree. And look at that, he top decks of water. But
Oh no, punish Nick.
But I like this play from Nick as well because he's going to evolve up from the bench and
Yeah.
then hope to get breaks later on to force him out to bench a few more things whilst potentially getting the bubble going as well.
So being able to hit, I think, does he go for the active or a Shaman here? Probably the active, right?
I think the only threat on the board is the active, so you may as well just threaten that. It's always a clean 60-60 to deal with Shaman anyway. So
No,
the miss of the bubble
the
is a
miss.
shame.
So, oh, Tamao has got his AZ actually, it turns out. But yep, all he needs to do is just Emerald Break continually.
Tamao going down to 3 prizes, not yet trying to play around N. He keeps that Ultra Ball for now. In a way, just keeping Ultra Ball as a physical out is playing around N in a certain way, but you're not.
Yeah, I think
you're
so.
not getting rid of 2 cards, so small debate on it. But he decides just to punch the face and carry on.
I think that's okay because this deck's going to be quite thick anyway. Like, so I guess lowering it would help a bit, but I don't know how much.
I think statistically, just getting rid of the 1 Ultra Ball to get rid of 2 dead cards isn't helping you like enough.
No,
to
probably not.
validate it.
That's I mean, not amazing, but it's something for Nick. Like,
Definitely something.
if I think the attachment plus the attack is 130, then if he can somehow Sycamore into
No, it's the XY Greninja.
Oh,
Yeah, so Muscle Band would be 70 to
boo.
100. 70 to 100, still not the worst thing in the
No,
world.
but
Because
that
then you can
means,
break plus attack again,
yeah,
right?
but it probably dies this turn, right?
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, well, we know it does, but Nick doesn't.
Unfortunately, he's just not got the hand to do anything else here.
Yeah,
I think he pretty much has to play everything out here.
yeah, I think, do you just do the Mist Slash and pray?
He's debating on
The
maybe
Shuriken.
shurikening from Shaman, maybe to try and get some form of prizes
Yeah.
in a realistic amount of turns. But I think this is probably the best line I'd go for.
I think it's the only real line there. Like, I don't think he's getting the KOs on off Shamans with this setup.
No, no. Tamao got plenty more things in the hand now. He's
So
going to go for an AZ.
AZ Hooper for the extra Pokemon is perfectly fine, I think.
Yeah, it's probably the best line he can go for.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to play much out. It's just taking a little time.
So we are going to see Hooper. He still has those Jolteon EXs that he can fish out here.
Yeah,
And Shaman, if he wishes.
when a Ray goes down, Jolteon's perfect thing to put active, so having free retreat is really nice.
Only needs the 2 to
Yeah.
hit the 170, so that's what he goes for. Nothing more than he needs. Keep them in deck for being able to search them out later in case the Skyfield is bounced. Makes a lot of sense.
So now he Ultra Balls away the Xerosic and Skyfield.
It's definitely playing around N here.
Yeah, I think once you're going down to 2, I mean, if Nick top decks N here, this is actually pretty, like, not. I mean, it probably is still a loss, but it's possible to bring it back.
Yeah, it's conceivable, and he gets exactly what he was fishing for, which is
The Spirit Link.
the way to get the Mega Evolution without ending your turn. The Spirit Link, indeed. And he missed energy attachments. He's just this one Rayquaza has carried him the whole game, but it's a very small concern right now.
I think Nick's plan basically is if he can take down this one Rayquaza, he can maybe take the game. And
not like that.
Not yet. So it looked like he was heading for the concede there, but oh come on, Nick! No, Nick, fight it out. Fight it, Nick. Okay.
Time is not a factor in this tournament.
Yeah.
Still,
I can understand. Just straight to it. Matter of fact. First.
Yeah, not too happy with that. I don't think.
No, I think that game really did not go the way he wanted it to. The red card. We've seen Tamao do that twice to Ryan. Yeah.
The red card is such a clutch one-off in the deck. You see it in more disruption-based decks than Rayquaza, which is it's interesting to see that like it's an aggressive deck using the red card. Something like you don't expect it to be in something like Night March, but Rayquaza goes for that sort of early game dominance, and red card complements it quite nicely.
Yeah, like
yeah.
If you can get a red card, lock them to 4, get set up to take a knockout next turn, especially if in a more EX heavy format. So Tamao didn't see the message from Nick. Oh, so he's asking, yeah. So
sometimes if you like concede straight away, it just says defeat and you can't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of it's nice having these guys on. Like it's a tournament of 8 people who are all friends. So
Nick once again with a supporterless hand.
Oh no! Oh, there's a supporter.
There's a Skylar.
Well,
he's happy.
Skylar is basically like just all you need here.
It's a weird decision of actually what you want, because you can dive ball Froakie. Do you even just go letter to try and guarantee Frogadier, or do you just go for another supporter?
I think I'd go for Sycamore.
Yeah, I can see Sycamore or N being taken for sure.
Partly because taking the rest of the cards out of your hand, like using them and just chucking it is fine as well. Like you have fewer dead options. N seems okay, but I think this isn't a resource war for Greninja, really.
I think with the rough seas, that's probably the thing tipping him to want to keep it rather than just dump it straight away.
Okay, just to bounce a Skyfield and maybe slow Tamao down.
Fingers, maybe with an N later on in the game, fingers crossed it survives a hit as a break, and they're quite happy. So, yeah. Nice hand again from Tamao.
So, yeah, pretty sick hand. If, like, I don't think he ever wants to attack with that Jolteon, to be honest, but he has the option.
70's not the worst number, yeah. 70 can deal with 2 turns, pretty much, so it's actually pretty fine if he wants to go for that. Obviously, the Rayquaza's preferred, but the Hooper could be getting quite a few targets here, as per usual. And I think setting up the Ray is best overall. I
think since he has the Mega Turbo in hand, he's probably going to really hunt down that turn 1 setup.
Yeah, I think going for a 1/1 piece of the Rayquaza and then X another card. He's already got the Shaman in hand, so he can take the Mega if he wants. It's obviously 1 less card he's getting from Shaman, so without any supporter, he may want to play safer, go for another Shaman.
See, I think there is since he doesn't have the Skyfield, I think you take the Mega here.
I'd like to see the Mega, yeah.
Because you can, at very worst, end your turn by Mega Evolving.
Mm-hmm. And a great thing about starting Jolteon, even in a matchup where it's obviously an evolution deck, just that free retreat is so huge, so good for him.
It's just really, like, that free retreat on an EX that can do like, the type of thing Jolteon does is just really powerful.
So we do see the setup for just 3 cards. The Trainer's Mail going to be used here as well. Does grab himself a VS Eco if he wishes for it.
So it's probably
AZ already, so there's not a huge incentive to go for it. I can see him still taking it overall, though.
Okay, I'd assume not, because I get the feeling he's just going to put the Skyfield down, AZ Hooper, and just set up a little bit more.
Incorporate Shaman in there as well, so you're getting 1 more card down the line. Yeah, I can see both being okay.
Yeah. And
he doesn't need the big Skyfield, so he could just take the VS Seeker for extra. You know, if he's being Lysander stalled, he can AZ out of it more than once and stuff. But Nick's actually not even playing Lysander, so that's
true. I think like so how many cards is he gonna go down to? Oh, okay, he's just gonna get the Shaman instead of doing the whole Skyfield play. Oh, he's still doing the Skyfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I might have done just the pick up the Hooper, chuck down stuff. I guess he is a bit scared of Rough Seas, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and he doesn't get it this turn, but I mean, he doesn't need it to be taking this game. Megaing is probably just fine, and then.
I mean, the dream was to hit. Dream was to hit Spirit Link, so he could do it. Mega Turbo, get the attack off this turn, but he did whiff that.
Yeah. So, well, Nick's still alive.
Nick is, and he's not guaranteed himself duplicates just yet.
No. I think here, you probably bounce the stadium before you go for the N, right?
Yeah. I probably would just for higher chances. Even though you kind of want to save it for later, I think it's too vital to get it. I think you also play the Muscle Band, probably to the bench.
Yeah, I'd play it, because the bench one will come into effect at some point in this game, most likely.
Wow, Nick didn't play either of those. Okay. If I get a water, it's fine. Goes back into that Muscle Band, so at least it quote-unquote punish.
I think I would have... played it just for slightly higher odds. My computer is bugging out a bit, but it's just some graphical weird glitch. Hopefully that doesn't transfer to the video.
I really like keeping the Ultra Ball here. Save it to sort of hide a Jirachi at some point down the line.
So
he's way better this way.
He's looking through his deck and he has got both Jirachi and 3 breaks. Is that only 2 Greninjas in there? I mean, he only plays 3, so I guess he has 1 prized, but...
I think it was 2-1 split is in the deck because we saw him N1 away.
Okay, and we're back to Tamao. So Tamao doesn't really need to do much this turn. You attach.
Compressing away. Compress away the annoying supporters is good here.
So the thing is, like, though turn. Oh wow! Did he top deck that Spirit Link for the turn? So the thing is, like, turn 1 red card is obviously like the thing Tamao really wants in this game. But getting it here doesn't seem like it's that bad.
No, at any point, red card is still a huge just pain for any deck,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So what do you
We'll
think?
see what he wants to get rid of. I think Zerosic is always a dead card in this matchup.
Yeah, I think he'll do Zerosic, N, and Lysander.
Yeah, I can see that, definitely.
You might want to
Is
keep...
Hex already in his discard, or is it prized?
I think it's prized.
Oh boy.
So, I think that's okay, since he'll take prizes hopefully fast enough that...
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't...
He
draws it.
He's got like a 33% chance, I guess, if he's taking 2 prizes before the breaks come out to just get it anyway. So, it's not too bad for him. He could hold on to Sycamore, but knowing that Nick has Delinquent, he might want to play around it.
I think that, and the fact that you could draw into red card if it's in the deck. I didn't actually look properly to see if it was, but...
Oh yeah, it's in there. It's in there, for sure.
So go Floatstone probably on the Hooper. Though, if he does know that Nick's not playing Lysander, he'll just leave it, because there's not much point.
Yeah. It's not a bad Ultra Ball target at some point as well.
Yeah. Knowing the no Lysander, of course. It's actually okay on the active Ray, I guess, but it's probably...
Yeah, it's actually... Yeah, it's not bad on active Ray at all. Because he might consider an incoming Jirachi promo and then try and get Manual Attachment plus Mega Turbo to the benched Ray. Yeah.
So there goes down 1 Frogadier, and it like cut for a second, so I didn't see what price he got, but it wasn't...
It was a second Mega Turbo.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's actually quite good for him there. All I know is that it wasn't Hex. So
Not Hex. Not Hex.
No. So the Evo Soda there's nice. What do you reckon he goes for now?
So he's going for the male. That means he's not going for Stardust this turn. If he Ultra Balls away Muscle Band male, he can attach Stardust N. That feels strong.
I like the Stardust here. Especially since he got 1 Greninja already. Attacking with that now feels a bit dodgy, really.
So he's going for the Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
Let's see what he wants to grab here.
So
yes, he is going for the Jirachi play. I like this a lot.
This game's really different to game 1 so far.
Nick's actually drawn a supporter, so that does help.
Just go it. Yeah, I mean more like even if game 1 was a little bit more reasonable, I think it wouldn't have been that different, just because like he couldn't. Well, he would have had to get into the Jirachi, but going first I think helps quite a lot.
Interestingly, he decides on getting the XY out before the other Breakpoint Greninja, just for the option.
Yeah,
he's gonna level ball now.
I think that's okay. He should know that Tamao doesn't play Escape Rope, right?
Yeah, he has the knowledge available, so we can only assume.
So does the Mega Ray? The Mega Ray has 2 retreat. Oh, it's 1 retreat, right?
That could play into the Mega Turbo.
Yeah. So I think Tamao will actually go for that this turn. No, it's irrelevant, isn't it? Oh, unless he gets a Lysander with it.
Yeah, not too sure what he really needs too much here.
I think
he'd love a big Lysander play, but it doesn't look like he's got the sort of hand for that right now.
Okay,
so it's just the Jolteon, reattach that energy with the Mega Turbo.
Oh, so there was only 1 in there anyway.
In the discard, yeah.
Yeah, but then I guess he could find 1 and reattach. Do you just pass turn here, or?
Still could go for some sort of manual attachment, knowing Nick doesn't have Lysander.
Yeah.
Can see that for sure.
Okay, see. This is quite an interesting... That's a different way of playing it by quite a bit to how I would have done, but then I tend to play a bit more aggressively.
Yeah. I think the fact that he couldn't have dug for Hex meant that he didn't really need to dig for much else. So he can happily use his supporter on the Sycamore next turn anyway. So
Nick just going for the Fisherman for 2.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll do the Baby Shuriken? Yeah, why not?
Looks like he's going to. I may have even gone into Froakie there.
The bubble.
Yeah, protect your Greninjas just the whole time.
Yeah. Considering his hand isn't really like conducive to getting anywhere.
No.
So if the Greninja start going down and he doesn't have energy, that's, I guess he can always bring the energy back, but that's just one energy that would keep rotating. So we go back to Tamao now. That Jolteon has taken 80.
Yeah.
So it's
It's a
halfway
good
there.
number. It's a good number if Nick was playing Lysander.
Yeah.
But, I
Very.
mean, it does put you in the break plus XY Ninja, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I think maybe getting the XY Ninja for the little bits of maths here and there was actually worth it.
Oh wow, Tamao scared me because he didn't put a Spirit Link on, but he already had one on.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. I was pretty worried there.
Yeah, he just puts it on the Jolteon, that's fine. So he knows Nick has energy but not much else.
It's a weird one. Nick had a slow turn. He didn't find any breaks. So you may want to even hold the red card.
Yeah. Though knowing he has the energy and then he's going to get Jirachi'd. Do you just sort of accept that? And then that's a waste of the water energy unless Nick can find some way out. No, Tamao doesn't. He's just going to play it.
He's going to play it instead.
So be quite interested to see what Nick gets.
I think because Tamao has that Mega Turbo once again, he can try and play around the Jirachi eventually. Just put the pressure on now makes a lot more sense while it's still easy to do so.
So that's one of Nick's Greninjas down. As I said, there was a bit of a problem because he has prize one, but he does have Sacred Ash, so
does have that Ash.
Is he gonna have a look and see? Okay, so he's just gonna Ash stuff back in. I think that's fine. He plays 2, right?
Yeah, he does play 2.
Yeah. Then that's perfectly reasonable. He's probably just gonna go for a giant shuriken and a Stardust.
Yeah, I would really like that. If he gets those sorts of things off the end, that's pretty perfect for him.
And did Tamao just Shaman last turn without playing the Sycamore, right? Oh no, or did he?
I don't believe he's...
Because I thought he had another Skyfield ready for the break, but...
Yeah, I think he discarded...
Oh, okay.
He discarded the Skyfield to get the second Mega out.
Okay.
I think. But he didn't Sycamore.
Alright. So, Nick, I think there was trying to find letter.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So
pretty certain that was the case.
Bit of a shame he missed it there, especially he could have got the giant shuriken and the water shuriken.
Ooh, do you muscle band Jirachi here for better numbers with Stardust?
So that puts 30, right? So then you need
to 180, which is
it's 190.
Oh, 190. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's the same.
I think unless you're Stardusting again,
it's a pretty funky thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't have to do it, but it's definitely worth considering.
Has he used a muscle band so far this game? No, he shuffled it back in, didn't he?
Pretty sure he shuffled it.
So I think the muscle band here is okay because if he gets to do it twice with Jirachi, he can do Stardust 30, so giant shuriken, water shuriken, Moonlight Slash with the other muscle band is a knockout on this Ray.
I was thinking about that, but it asks for a lot.
It asks for everything to line up perfectly in this game.
Yeah.
And that might not happen.
No. The Stardust for 10 is absolutely fine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, the other muscle band's discarded, so it makes no sense.
Oh, okay, yeah, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so back to Tamao's turn. He's lost 2 DCEs, I believe.
I think so, yeah. He can rough seize his Jolteon to get out of range.
Oh, that's actually pretty sweet. I forgot about that in Tamao versus Ryan, and yeah. So
yeah, he goes for it.
That's good. He noticed. Just passes the turn there. I think that's fine because Nick's not really. I mean, Nick's way away from getting a knockout on that Rayquaza.
Yeah.
And I think Delinquent's a bit pointless here, so I hope he wasn't looking for that.
Nah, he's going for Sycamore here. Hit loads of energy, have a big old turn, try and look for more breaks.
Yeah,
That
wow.
would be the ideal.
That's not energy.
Dive ball first to get Pokemon out of the way and get a breakout, I think.
I think you get
Unless
the
he
break
just
here.
wants Greninja.
Okay.
I think with only one water energy in the hand anyway, I think it's fine just to go for this one. Set more potential threats up.
Oh, that's nice. He got the letter.
It's Nick Pearce, of course he got the letter.
He didn't up till now, but yeah. So you just
He's running quite thin.
You try and target down this active ray, right?
I think so.
I think that's how the matchup sort of goes. Is if you can knock out one ray, you can win this game.
Yeah, I think you hold off on the XY. You need to have another energy just to keep going for the Stardust plan because that's still like such a big plan for you.
So yeah, I think if you put... So it's interesting enough putting the Froakie down. I guess because he plays 2 Ash... Oh, he's not putting it down. Okay, so yeah, do you think you just go straight for the... So let's see, it does 160.
Yeah.
I think you just discard those, the one with the giant shuriken, and then do a good old Moonlight.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, is there any argument to doing Shadow Stitching?
I think not too much in this matchup. I guess it prevents Tamao from like going straight into Skyfield and then Shaman digging. But numbers wise, oh, he is going for the Water Shuriken. I think numbers wise, it makes a lot more sense to just go for the raw damage.
Yeah, I guess with this and 2 Stardusts or a small Shuriken as a knockout, but
yeah, it's sort of forcing Tamao to have like, I don't know, he needs to deal with the active, but he also needs to deal with the bench Greninja at the same time, and he has to be aware of Jirachi. There's a lot that Nick's sort of threatening all at once.
So he's deciding what to discard here.
It's an awkward one. He's got usage out of those Rayquazas already, so the Spirit Link seems pretty useless.
He has a Skyfield left, which he really needs.
Yeah, that's what he's going to dig for this turn. He has to have the debate of, he's only got, like, I think 16 cards left. He's going to compress between 1 and 3, so he's got like a 50-50 of hitting at this point if he goes Sycamore.
Yeah, and I think there's no like question that he's going Sycamore. I think
it might be above 50-50 if he has Trainer's Mail as well.
It's a bit of a shame he couldn't bench the bunny. But
so
he does get it.
So he can, yeah, he's got everything he needs.
Yeah. That does give a baby Shuriken to knock out the active ray.
Yeah, I think he's going to retreat, attach Mega Turbo to the other ray, which has a lot more health. And then you have your 3 basic energy on, and you're pretty happy with that. You evade all the Jirachi.
Yeah.
Get rid of the biggest threat on the board. I think that's... Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I would have liked to see the other line, because it's the biggest threat out the way, whilst keeping your biggest threat the healthiest. I don't know about that. Interesting.
I like your play. So, national champ or not, Tamao sucks.
I don't know, it felt better at the time, but at the same time you kind of want to get value out of the DCEs while you can as well, so I can see him going for this.
Yeah. If he's going to Sacred Ash here, he's going to be putting back in Bunny and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to get Skyfield and DCE back in at some point. So, Bunny... Oh, did I see 3 under Bunny for a second, or was that something else? No.
I don't know. I think it was a small glitchy thing.
Yeah, it must have just skipped forward. So he's got to remember to actually put the Shaman down. In one of the games against Ryan, he attacked for less than a knockout 1 turn without realising. So I guess he's kind of fine just because he can go for the triple lightning as long as he doesn't get end.
Yes. Yeah. And with such a low deck size as well now, you feel like it's sort of favourable for him.
So he's thinned fairly well. He's got another ray and a mega ray, but I don't think that line's ever coming into play.
Does have a break evolution for Nick now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He can take the 2 prizes before he makes any other action. I think that's the best thing to do here.
I think you can't, if you're planning on N'ing, you can't N and then guarantee the water again, so
yeah,
kind of just got to. Sycamore. Huh? Not too bad.
Not
More,
bad. Good outs for
yeah,
if you are ending. So
more
I think
outs
you
in
throw
deck.
Froakie down at this point as well.
He's got the other Ash is still in deck, right?
Yes, I think so. He can
Okay.
also, of course, Fisherman, just for when Tamao does choose to promote a Pokemon.
Yeah.
You can just Fisherman, get the Giant Shuriken in, get the Moonlight Slash in. I think you still Shuriken the Rayquaza. It's, again, just the only threat on the
Yeah.
board.
And then just Moonlight Slash the Hooper for 80. Again, probably not Shadow Stitching, right?
Probably not, no.
I
Does
just
he have Zerosic in his discard? Zerosic could be cool if he's looking for a mill approach.
so
I don't even know if he plays it, to be honest.
I think he plays the Megaphone instead.
Oh, okay.
So if he could aim for that this turn.
He is hovering over that VS Seeker. He's going for Fisherman.
Just going for the
damage.
Fisherman.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it a
that's
lot.
fine.
It also puts those
Yeah.
Jirachis back in sort of the mind's eye a little bit. It's still the option at some point.
And putting the Froakie down seems good here.
Could even go for the Giant Shuriken and a bubble. That could be quite funny. It's not even terrible. It's
No.
not that bad because the damage isn't great on Hooper.
No, the damage doesn't really do anything on Hooper.
Whereas, Tamao is playing the bunny, but he's at a 5-card deck at the same time. So
Yeah.
just any turn you can buy is pretty big.
But yeah, I think just the standard giant.
I can't argue with the standard stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing is you're protecting your break as well. Ugh, I'd love to see a bubble.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm more convinced Bubble's correct now.
Just because the damage feels so irrelevant.
Yeah, the damage on Hooper isn't winning you this game.
No.
It's knocking out the other Ray, that is, so.
Interesting.
Okay. So going back to Tamel's turn. It's got the energy and Mecha Turbo that, I guess. Just take a straight knockout. And then, if he ends Nick, does Nick have much? I don't know. He can't get another Greninja anytime soon.
It puts a lot of water energy back in. It puts those Froakies that he's not been putting down as well. So I think N's a pretty good option here.
The thing is, I think if Nick can get the break and 3 water energy, the Rayquaza does go down. Yeah, it's all that, isn't it? Because it's 60, 90, 50. So 140 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's a pretty nice end for himself.
Yeah.
That's some nice options.
Yeah, he'll probably be wanting to find Bunny at some point. So
With only 2 prizes, I think he's fine now in
Okay.
terms because he end himself back. I think he's like set the clock way in his favor because he plays around Jirachi with a 3 basic
Yeah.
energy now. I think the clock isn't an issue for him in terms of deck size.
So this is actually now onto whether Nick's going to be able to. So I think he takes the. Oh, it's a 3 Frogadiers in his discard pile.
I can't see his hand right now. I missed it before the trainer's mail. Here we go. Oh, he's already got Sycamore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 frogs in his discard.
Oh no, because that'd be a lovely thing to get off Dive Ball here. Because you kind of want to get the Dive Ball and play it as well, but.
Yeah.
So you probably go just for the giant.
Yeah, get the giant in while you can. It definitely makes more sense to Shuriken because it's even more damage than the attack.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Has to be the giant here
And
first.
yeah, another giant can actually knock that out.
There's a big Sycamore here for Nick.
So 2 water.
Yeah, he gets all the water he needs.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
That's actually. That could actually be like a win from him off this.
Yeah, I think he's in a very favourable spot now.
So yeah, Nick just. Is there much point taking a Froakie?
I don't think there is.
Do
I
you
think
just-
just higher odds for Frogadier, even if they are
Yeah,
dead later on. I think just higher odds for hitting it while you can.
because you've got 1 down already, right?
You've still got the option to
Yeah,
bubble the whole
Froggy.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then Bubble plays.
I wanted to see a bubble play,
Yeah.
but maybe not this game.
I think the play ended up being okay. The end didn't affect Nick too much.
No.
I think I can't see this Greninja going down next turn.
No, it should be pretty safe. We know Tamao has the DCE left, but I don't know if he has any Mega Turbo left. I think he's used all 3.
I think he's used all 3 as well.
And I don't know about his Spirit Link count. I think he discarded one as well, trying to bank on just hitting what he needed to on the specific turn, thinking that these rays would take him for the whole game.
Yeah, I think if 2 rays go down, I don't see how you're winning this game as Tamao, but, well, he might prove me wrong.
Is Deck Out an option at this point? If you just Bunnelby Hex loads?
Yeah, I mean, Miss Slash...
He hasn't got Hex off the prizes, so that's
no.
not an option.
Miss Slash would be 2 hits, right? Wait, how many Mega Turbos is that?
Miss Slash would have been 2 hit knockout. So the Bunny, and like he could have incorporated... Yeah, he could have got a few cards with Bunny. But not with Hex prized. I think that would have been the only win condition that I'm seeing right now.
So I think he's just going to play it out, because there's always a chance.
Unless there's something in the deck that we've miscounted, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I know he still has a Mega Ray left, so...
Yeah, there's the Mega Ray. I need to see his discard for energy count now. We know he has at least 1 DCE.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no spectator option.
Get to work, Pokemon.
Yeah. So, yeah, he just passes that. I think this Greninja can actually just about knock out this Jolteon with 140, but he's just going down. He's just get out. It's just game. He just kills the Hooper instead. My play. Yeah. Oh, well, he had the Super anyway, but... Alright, so Nick actually takes game 2.
Yeah, I think he executed the plan quite well that game. He actually had the nice enough hands, played around the N. Well, he didn't play around it, he got out of the N.
Yeah.
Could, so.
Okay. So game 3, at least Tamal's going first again. It will probably see him red card turn 1 and win off the back of that.
Yeah, Tamao does indeed ask to go first.
Yeah.
Gives him those options to get the Mega Evolution before needing Spiralinks and stuff like that. It helps out the deck so much just to try and do that in the first place.
Oh, good thing there wasn't a basic in that hand.
Yeah, that would have been pretty ugly.
Yeah.
I think both of them mulligan. So Nick's playing, how many Jirachi is he playing?
2.
2? So it's only like a 20, it's like a 1 in 5 chance of him actually starting a Pokemon. It's that low.
Yeah. Wow.
Tamao has a considerably higher chance.
Oh, look, Nick, he started it again.
Wow.
Oh,
seems good.
Was that all 3 games, or not, was it not last game? I can't remember.
I think it was double Froakie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's alright. Well, okay, Tamao this time has Hex in deck. So,
I think it's something he was definitely missing. It's such a big... Obviously, it's a huge card for Greninja, but he just didn't see it. It was left in his last 2 prizes, so that was pretty rough.
Yeah, that's... I think... If they knock out 2 Rays and you don't have Hex, like, I don't see that kind of... Oh, I really don't think he was going for the Mega Turbo there.
Something tells me it wasn't the Mega Turbo that's the least useful card here.
I think Xerosic is. I mean, there's a lot of reason to take, say, either N or Sycamore, though.
Yeah, I think just in general, an N or a Sycamore's a good thing to throw in early.
Yeah.
Get those better odds.
So, and his hand doesn't have either, yeah, so I think that's fine. Yeah. Did he throw in a Lightning?
He did not.
Oh, okay. So, that's a bit of a shame because he has the Mega Turbo.
Oh boy.
Oh, he's just going to evolve and pass.
Can Nick do a delinquent this turn?
Oh, wow. That would...
That would be the sickest delinquent. Oh.
Nah, I can't. Well,
it's never going to happen turn 1.
He'd have to have the stadium and delinquent. So...
He's got half of it.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to Skylar for delinquent? No, I'm
Something tells me no.
no. No players are making these really stupid plays.
No.
Kind of upsetting.
Uh, just doing his normal counts.
Yeah.
Looks like, is that again a Frogadier prize, or does he
Yeah.
have one in hand?
I think it's one prized.
Boo.
Oh, that might be it. One in hand. It looks like one is in hand, actually. I can't quite tell on this screen.
No.
So, he's Skylared, but I think he's just going to be going for another supporter, because
Yeah, definitely.
his hand isn't what he wants for the rest of the game. Don't take Versus Seeker.
I don't think Versus Seeker's the right pick here.
So,
My screen's sort of stopped a little bit.
yeah, well, either mine has as well, or...
I saw from Tamao's side that he did take a Sycamore. At least.
Okay, that's... Alright, so... I'll watch from... Oh, no, what's going on there? So, I think Nick's lagging out.
His internet connection is showing the error thing.
Oh dear.
What a way to go.
I didn't even plan for the contingency of disconnects.
Well, with Tamao having such a bad turn one, I think we can say it's a genuine disconnection.
Yeah.
Not Nick being like, oh my god, how do I win this game? Pretend it's a disconnect. Not that he would ever do that anyway.
No. So, Stardust for 10. The plays.
The damage.
So, back to Tamao.
He got a nice trainer's mail.
Yeah.
I think he was always planning on just discarding the top deck for the clean Ultra Ball, keeping the Skyfield and the Mega Turbo, but because it's a trainer's mail, he had such good outs of getting like a better card. He might still take this Ultra Ball just to be the Ultra Ball fodder.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
He doesn't go for it, but he does just go for the Mega Turbo, so he's still getting that clean 6
Oh,
with Hooper.
I don't think he has to worry about Skyfield going down right now. We're so far away from Greninja breaks that...
Yeah, I agree. The Stadium War's not been a factor in any of the last 2 games. No. So we are going to see Scoundrel Ring. Just Ray, Shaman, and maybe Jolteon, or maybe second Ray.
Yeah,
I like Jolteon.
Jolteon's nice just for the free retreat. You did remember to take a Shaman, right? Yeah, good.
He did.
Okay. So, did he put another Lightning in the discard, or...?
So he played his Mega Turbo. He's already played his Mega Turbo, so he has his attachment for turns.
Right,
still.
right, okay. And I think he probably just kills the Jirachi.
Yeah, no energy just yet. He could compress before the Trainer's Mail to look and put one more energy in the discard, but of course he still has the option to like dig more with Shaman this turn, so I think he was looking to see what he could have got first.
Oh, he decides to take nothing. Oh, does he? He hasn't played a supporter yet. But
No,
does
that's
he?
true.
What does he have in hand? I can't...
He's got VS Compressor already. So
Oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. It's basically
he
the
might
same.
still take the Sycamore here just so that he can still get the red card in.
Yeah.
Also, just the Ash isn't bad. If he's still got Bunnelby, I guess it's fine. But Bunnel being back in Ash seems pretty ugly.
Yeah. Seems like the reverse of what you'd want to do, really.
Yeah. So we are going to see that Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
So it could even... Okay, we are going to see the Compressor now.
Okay, so probably get rid of... Depends how many... Only one Lightning left, so he's going for that... Oh, wait, no. He's going for that or hitting Mega Turbo or hitting one of his 4 DCE.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly fine, yeah. As Tamao here, do you red card?
Yeah, I think you're red card.
Just
sure.
Because putting the energy down for Nick to me suggests that he does actually have the possible retreat option. Like the follow up to the retreat. So I think I'm with...
I don't know. I always find it almost impossible to tell from a Greninja player. They can have like a draw pass and still be sound on an amazing hand. I think you just go, you know what, have random ones no matter what you do.
Oh, Nick's not in the hangouts anymore.
Yeah, his hangouts has died. Fortunately, it's still Tamal's turn. We'll see if he can
Okay.
get back in, but if not, it might just be all from Tamal's side,
All
which
right,
is
and
slightly more awkward, but we'll live with it.
yeah, well, Tamao hits pretty nicely there.
Got both, so he can't complain. Two things he was hunting for. He could squeeze in an AZ if he wishes. He
Now,
could just hold this hand.
now he's hit it without doing anything. Do you? Well, he doesn't drag up the throw key, but was there a consideration to doing that?
No, I think Jirachi's still a long-term threat that you just deal with.
And what do you think to not attaching the Spirit Link? Sorry, it's back
Playing
to
around
next turn.
Delinquent more than anything else.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. I'm not there yet.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Just because both players have, like we say, prior knowledge of the exact 60 they're playing against, so you can make those judgment calls.
So Nick then has to discard a couple of Pokemon, I think, or no, he discards a Sycamore and something.
It's the early Sacred Ash. There's the Frogadier.
Oh, and nice. The red card got him a Sycamore.
Two.
Yeah, two. So
interesting to see if he actually drew into any other Frogadier. He'd probably just evolve it straight away. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So that's the annoying thing quite often is you're like, okay, I need energy. Oh, 3 Frogadiers. Thanks. Thanks, deck.
Yeah, there is the clean 4 Frogadier
Nice.
in play currently.
So it just goes to the attach. It's going to be a knockout. Probably not going to see a supporter from Tamao this turn either, are we?
No, I like conserving VS Seekers for hexes. Yeah. We know it's in the discard pile, so just hold it again.
And now he found another Spirit Link. He doesn't need to play around Delinquent
no, he
in
still
keeping
is
those cards.
Yeah, he still is just by playing the top decked one, yeah.
Yeah. And getting a prize as well anyway. So
getting a prize as well, that's true.
So let's see. Nick can get going with his Greninjas. Hopefully he can get back in the hangouts, but
I think the huge thing here is Tamao got the 3 lightning so early on in the game. I think last game it was too late for him to do that, but now the stalling that Nick was doing so well in game 2 is not an option for him. So
especially
he is running through Greninjas every turn now.
Especially if Tamao realizes, which I hope he does, that Nick plays no Lysander.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Again, they've seen the 60 cards beforehand.
I think he does
anyway. So
yeah, I think Tamao would have figured out there's no Lysander by now. Even if it hadn't happened, hadn't seen the list. So Nick does have a Greninja. And he's going for Skylar. For Letter or something, yeah.
Yeah, I think Letter. Yep. We don't need any knowledge of their hand.
No. we're on the button. I feel good about that.
We can make blind guesses.
So, goes to Greninja. Oh, another Greninja. Nice.
That's nice.
Oh,
Nick.
He did this last time.
Nick every day. He tries to say that he's not lucky, but... I'm having none of it.
he does draw full houses quite often though. 3 of one, two of another.
Seems pretty good.
Okay, so Hex, beautiful.
Yeah, he top deck another VS as well, so he's got to be absolutely chuffed with that.
So
this one Rayquaza could carry him almost all game now.
Does he attach anything? Oh, he might Compressor just to thin his deck of slightly bad top decks and things like that. But if he does that and gets delinquented, he then doesn't have access to Hex and Sycamore the next couple of turns, you know.
I think Nick needs so much more next turn
than just Delinquent. Yeah.
Delinquent is way too slow.
Yeah.
And with 5 cards, you have to assume he's holding things.
Oh, Tamao does not want to discard a Mega Ray here.
No, I think he's gone against that.
Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't even discard the Baby Ray because you might want. I don't know. I think you want another basic.
Don't think Baby Ray is necessarily bad.
He does have a lot, I guess.
Could just be 2 targets, depending on how many things he wants to play around.
So just Emerald Break. I think he should be putting the Spirit Link on the active in case of Headringer. So we can actually see here that Tamao isn't finding the YouTube video with Nick's game to just check out what his list is. So that should tell me he knows what it is entirely.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Plays around everything pretty perfectly. You just see how big the hex was,
the hex
prizing it
so
into...
big. Like Nick here could have had 2 breaks and you hit with both, or maybe a 60 on the other ray and Moonlight Slash. You get there could have been a knockout on this ray and a setup for a knockout the following turn on the other ray. Well, yeah, with a Muscle Man.
It shows. I know a lot of expanded ray lists normally play 2 hex over 1.
Yeah.
And you just see. You need to get over so many different things in standard as well, with like Carbink coming back. I think 2 might be. I know it's kind of greedy and you have to make space. Maybe that's the space that the red card takes or something. But
I'm playing a list with red card and 2 hex.
Yeah, you are.
Super greed. When I played it at a regional where I scooped the first round for like no real reason, but basically I played 3 hex and red card if I remember right.
Yeah, that's pretty greedy, man.
Because I was like,
it's such a clutch card.
Yeah.
So good.
So hex just really good. A dive ball here for the break is actually really nice.
Yeah, Nick's still right in this game with Tamao not having any Skyfield next turn.
Unless he tops it.
There's always that.
Yeah, since I believe 3 were in the deck.
Yeah, 3 in deck.
I think Tamao plays 4.
Yeah.
You know what? The play here is bubble.
Nick finds it. Nick finds the play.
Oh, that's a heads. Oh well.
It's so perfect because like it just strained a hex out of Tamao.
Yeah. So for Tamao's position, you versus Seeker for hex and pass.
Pretty sad, but yeah.
Yeah. So Nick's down to 2 cards, so he might have actually had to commit maybe too much to that play.
I don't know, I think it's the only play he had, so
That's fair.
No matter what his hand was, that was the best play possible.
That's true, so the 2 cards honestly could just be anything.
It could be Sycamore N, it could be you know, Froakie, who knows.
For more bubbles.
Evo is good.
Really nice Evo there.
I think that was his top deck, because otherwise he would have played it.
Yeah. So another energy.
Yeah, decent.
Oh, Nick.
Decided to actually manually attach before just going for like a retreat and shuriken, get it in first.
Oh, he can't shuriken because of the hex.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So is it bubble again? Yeah, it's bubble again.
Oh, and then it's only fair.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, Tamao, possible Skyfield off of this. And, yep, exactly Skyfield.
He doesn't need it this turn, but he takes it regardless, I think.
I think so, yeah.
It does more than the Mega Turbo at this point.
For sure, like, the benched Ray isn't actually even evolved yet.
No.
I think you just take the Skyfield to play it next turn.
Ooh, he took nothing.
Because
so he's loading up for a.
He's just gonna Sycamore, yeah. Yeah, there's no difference now between putting that on anything.
No, that's right.
So yeah, he does have the Skyfield, but I think knocking out the Froakie here is pretty big.
It's all you can do.
Can't believe I said that sentence.
Get around those bubbles.
Yeah, so he does have the last versus Seeker. Is it the last one? Or well, it's another one for Hex, so with a bit of luck from Nick, this Ray goes down this turn.
Yeah, you assume the active is knocked out next turn, so Tamao currently doesn't have a way to search out another Mega Ray, so he might dig for that a little bit here.
He might just play the mail.
Yeah. You can mail, potentially even fail it for 2 cards.
Yeah. Though he is taking a prize here.
That's true.
So if he males, the Shaman will actually.
But in terms of digging, his deck's too small to go for the
Yeah.
Sycamore, so he sort of needs to dig it this turn, I think.
Yeah, I think the Trainer's Mail's probably fine. It's probably just going to attack. They never listen, Joe.
I don't know. I can see it. I can see it fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
He can dig with his own Shaman.
Yeah, and
let's just get Ultra Ball off prizes.
yeah, that's fine. I was going to say, I thought an Ultra Ball, at least one was prized, so...
Okay. Fair.
Alright, so back to Nick. Trainer's Mail. There's no letter left, but there might be Fisherman?
Potentially Fisherman. Fisherman would be the dream.
Yeah, or if it's in the discard. Yeah! There we go, Nick.
We're just calling him out for it today.
I like this. We don't even have to see his screen.
We just know the optimal card to get, and Nick inevitably will draw it.
So this is actually really close here, and if Nick wins this game, he is temporarily our unofficial Nats champion.
Oh, nice. So he gets one in first.
Yeah.
So it's an extra Fisherman card as well.
And so then, he's gonna... So we can't see how many he's actually got in there, but...
Wow, he already had another one in the hand.
Oh, no. Oh, is he going to Shadow Stitching?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really bad for Tamao unless he finds a Pokemon.
He fail searched the dive ball. Played another one.
I kind of liked putting the 60 on the benched Ray and just... Oh, N plus Shadow Stitching. Okay. I see it. It means
that's pretty strong. It's why... Oh my goodness.
It's not a KO yet, though. But
seriously. It's why I would want to dig when I said to dig, rather than sort of something else. But it's fine when this happens.
So he plays that over the Fisherman, which is fine, and so unless Nick, we don't know what Nick has in hand.
No, but Nick survives a turn guaranteed.
I think
it might even be Sky Return here.
I think you just Sky Return here.
He's going to take the one without Spirit Link, so it's not something he top decks into.
And that's... actually, that's a reason to put the Spirit Link on the Jolteon now, I think about it. Because you never have to Sky Return. I guess it's fine with 2 Shaman. The thing is, if Nick can't find Rough Seas and Tamao can't find enough Pokemon, the Sky Return's actually relevant.
Yeah, the Sky Return's really relevant.
So he probably just benches the Jolteon as another bad card off of N.
The only thing is, if Nick does get Rough Seas now, he can't Sky Return. He can't set up. Oh no, he can. Of course,
he can. Yeah, because it goes back.
Yeah, that's my bad.
That's all right.
Not thinking about everything. Okay.
So Nick's hand's pretty big.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a big turn. He got the Fisherman, but he didn't play it last time, I believe.
Yeah, but then he end after.
Right.
So...
Aggro Prize Race seems good, but also dealing with Ray seems fine.
So yeah, Nick
It's an interesting one. Oh, man.
Nick
if you
can't
Aggro Prize Race...
Yeah, do you aim for this Jolteon, or do you just kill a Shaman and then slash the Jolteon?
It's a really awkward one for Nick here.
Because if you can hit the Muscle Band and hit on this Jolteon for 100, it's just one giant next turn for game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if he has Muscle Band, he definitely goes for that.
Yeah.
I think without Muscle... Because he doesn't have Lysander, I don't think the damage is good enough. So I think you kind of still put it on Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, if he has Muscle Band, he definitely knocks out Jolteon and looks to set up that Shaman.
Yeah. Or the other way round, maybe.
Yeah, the other way round is also viable. But the only thing is, you know that next turn the Jolteon's not going to be active.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it has to be... It all depends on his hand, and unfortunately we can't see it.
Oh, is he going for Bubble.
I don't think that's the play. I know
Nick,
that much.
Nick, don't do it.
He's thinning. He's thinning.
We see the level ball for nothing.
His last couple of dive balls didn't get any target, but then the level
Right.
ball now he finds a Froakie. That's bizarre.
Wait.
I may have wanted to play it down before
He
he
took a
ends the
Froakie?
turn
I
before.
didn't see anything.
Yeah, he took a Froakie now.
Okay. I guess it's just a bubble option, but I don't think that's a good play.
But for continuity, for the first two dive balls, you would have taken one if he's happy to take it now with a level ball, because otherwise it's something that he takes off the end that he doesn't want.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're just right. There's, like, I think maybe it's just he doesn't want the dive balls, but then getting the Froakie and then ending is no different.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't think it was much difference, but
We'll see now. We'll see.
Okay, so-
Muscle band.
so it does have
goes
the muscle
active.
band.
It goes active, which I'm not happy about. I
Oh,
would have
no.
loved him to Shuriken retreat, Shuriken muscle band attach.
So yeah, he'd need to. Well, he does need 3 energy, or at least 2 to get that. So maybe he just doesn't have that many
Maybe he doesn't have the Fisherman available.
because he has one on the active.
Or maybe he had Fisherman but chooses End because he knows that there's Shaman in the hand, which is
Yeah.
also really cool from Nick.
And
So it could have been...
well,
Yeah.
it's a pretty nice top deck from Tamao, but
Pretty good. Back in the game, potentially.
yeah. So Nick still needs to knock out 2 EXs, and he does knock out 1 here.
Yes.
And the problem is with no Lysander, I can't see Nick winning this game now.
Yeah, now that the one in the active position took the knockout because it's easier to get knocked out itself.
Yeah. So
It's pretty awkward.
and as well, if Tamao only hits 1 basic, that's okay.
We know he has that Shaman. Yeah.
Oh.
Got
So-
both anyway. Feels good.
What a hand, eh?
It's not bad.
I think you put Shaman down for 0 because his deck's really thin.
Yes.
So I could see Tamao decking himself out if he doesn't count his deck. He's got
Yeah,
4 cards.
I'm thinking potential attachment to Bunnelby as
Oh,
well.
okay. I sort of forgot that was down. And definitely not Rototiller this turn.
Not yet. Not yet.
Maybe never.
Last game it was his only win condition if he drew a Hex.
Yeah. So yeah, on the Shaman's probably fine. Just don't Sky Return. I actually think I prefer it on the... Oh no, because if he goes to ever has to Sky Return, it'll be on a clean Shaman, so that's fine.
So he does go for an extra card. He's
Yeah.
happy to take it for now.
Down to 3. I guess if it was a playable card, a burnable card, yeah, like this, he'll just burn it.
Yeah.
So,
So again, the Spirit Link should get attached somewhere as well. If he was happy to take the card, he's going for the burn in his
Yeah.
own head.
he has to be a little careful in case Jirachi comes back here. So, I don't know if I like this draw. I can actually see... Nick has a way into this game if he finds... Oh, does Tamao have a Versus Seeker left?
Maybe. I'm not
'Cause-
too sure. Is that what he's digging for here?
Maybe, because that would just be the Lysander for game, even if Nick does Jirachi. But
Yeah.
So maybe he's thinning in case of Jirachi plus N.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that seems fair.
He's
And
commit-
even the bounce of the stadium, he can then...
Yeah, but he's
Go
commit
for it.
that 6th bench Pokemon.
Oh,
to
he
the start
has.
field.
Oh, wow, Versus Seeker off the prizes, so... Yeah, I don't... If Nick gets Jirachi here, it's not game yet for Tamao with Lysander, unless Nick misses Rough Seas as well.
Yeah, I think he needs Rough Seas and Jirachi attached here. And he
Yeah.
kind of needs to Shuriken something as well.
Yeah,
just to put prize pressure for game.
He'd have to Shuriken the Bunny or Shaman. I think it has to be the Shaman,
Definitely
doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely Shaman. Without DCE.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see what's in his hand. We'll see what he can play down.
Are you able to see it?
No. Love to. Megaphone.
Oh, that's the biggest megaphone and least important I've ever seen.
Was it 4 tools? 3 or 4, none of them
Something
matters.
like that, yeah. Might have been 5.
Nick really taking his time over the decision, so there's not a clear line in his hand at least.
No. Or he's just really making sure he is going to be doing the right play. There's so much on the line at this tournament.
So much pride.
Yeah. Or he's like bugged out.
That's very true. Could be connection errors once again.
So that's one problem of unlimited time.
It's very true. Okay. Let's see if there's anything Nick can come up with here.
So if Nick can Jirachi plus Team Flare Grunt, that wouldn't even do anything. No, he'd need his crushing hammers as well.
Yeah. But he definitely plays. Yeah, I think we've already established the best line he can go for. I'm trying to think of other things that he can try and do if he doesn't have the perfect hand.
No.
Bubble is an option.
I think unless he... Okay, if he doesn't have Jirachi, sure. But like, if he goes into Jirachi, putting down his Froakie is a win condition for Tamao. Oh, he's going for Bubble. That's honestly pretty good.
It's a 50-50 of being fine, so...
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 of being what Jirachi would do, almost.
So...
Because Tamao pretty much needs to deal with the Greninja break, right?
Right, and, I mean... was that a Tails?
Yeah.
Looked like it was a Tails. Shut up, Nick.
Nick trying his luck. Trying to say that he's not lucky. This guy, man. This guy.
Okay, well... Oh,
wow.
That was pretty tense, and that game apparently was half an hour long.
Not bad.
Not bad. Yo.
Well done, Tamao. Congrats.
Yes, that was incredibly close.
Yeah.
Very close series.
So, want to try and get Nick back in. Okay, so...
Yeah, he's coming.
Oh, Nick, that was so close.
Nick's muted.
Oh.
Hello?
Hiya.
No one's here.
Hello?
No one's here.
Go away, Nick.
Nick, you have to turn up your
He can't hear us
speakers.
abuse him.
Can you hear us now, Nick?
Hello, Nicholas.
He's going to pretend he can't hear us.
Aww.
I'm going to say something horrendous, but I don't really want to for the video.
Yeah, save it for after.
Okay. So, I hope it works again for Nick. Oh, is it working? Nick! Come back to us. Well,
So in the meantime, I guess we can ask Tamao. I didn't get to watch your first game, so I'm going to ask why you picked Rayquaza for this small tournament.
Because I wasn't expecting anyone to play Night March. That's a huge reason.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have to be afraid. I still played it 2 Jolteon just because why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good card. But so I wasn't expecting any of that. So I thought I might as well play Mega Ray, as it has a pretty decent matchup around the board.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it can answer a lot of... It's same reason that Luke played Mega Mewtwo, really. So
but he
not
got
much out of the picture.
he got punished and you didn't.
Oh yeah, because well, Ray probably has a slightly better time against Trev Alakazam. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel about having won this tournament now?
Well, hopefully Alex deals with the Trevenant, because I think I'd much rather play the Water Box.
Yeah.
But, as long as Alex can beat Adam, then I'd be pretty confident going up against him, to be honest.
So that game there, coming right down to the bubble. What would you?
It wasn't quite down to the... I
Yeah.
had easy to pick up Shaman, so I had 2 rounds of 8. He had to get Bubble Light.
Yeah.
Although I
Oh.
would have decked out in 2 turns, actually. So he had to get 2 bubbles.
Yeah.
Exactly, I think. I'd take those odds, personally. Because he got the bubble early. He got the bubble earlier on in the game, which was super important.
He did.
So-
Yeah, he did. And I think Nick goes never lucky, but honestly, I think Greninja did alright off the draw there. Are you back, Nick?
Yeah,
Hello?
Hello.
there he is.
Can you hear
Right,
us?
so my Firefox was just completely like just
Oh.
not doing anything. So I've joined on my phone because that's
Yay.
the alternative.
Nice one, mate.
So, I mean, you got quite lucky with that heads mid game,
Yeah,
but then the tails there. Tamao had AZ, by the way.
2 AZs.
2 AZs.
Oh, okay.
So,
Like,
you had to bubble a couple of turns, I think,
yeah.
because they would just kept picking up the Shaman.
I know it was. Oh, God, it was just so because I knew I had to essentially get the energy for the Shuriken and end in the same turn.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't do that, and it's just, God, those last few turns were actually painful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seemed like a really hard game.
it
Well-
was. I had to think a lot.
Well fought from both
You
sides,
made me
though.
work for that win game too. Jesus Christ! I did not think I was going to win that one.
You know he prized Hex, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I priced Hex game 1 and 2, actually, but it didn't really matter game 1 because red
Yeah.
card is OP.
Yeah, red card. 3 of Tamal's 6 games so far have been wins
For-
off of red card.
For a 1-card tech, I think that's incredibly good value.
I think. Wow, that's pretty insane. Okay, so Nick, are you happy with your top 4 result? You'll be getting the trophy soon. It's I can't. A pencil.
I mean, yes and no. There's no like shame in losing to someone like Tamao. Obviously, Tamao was very, very good, but the way I lost in game 1 and game 3, it was like a heartbreaker both times, to be honest. And I never like going through a heartbreak.
Yeah. Well, those were tough games. I think the fact you even took one and nearly actually took that last one is pretty insane, really, because it should be really hard for Greninja.
I definitely feel like I played a lot better in that series than I did in the first series.
You also had
That's safe to say.
you had to deal with the first Ray having the 3 basic energy, so you never got that dead turn of Ray like being stardusted.
Yeah. Because that was my other consideration. In that time where I went for the bubble, I could have done Stardust as well, but I sort of realised there's just no way that he wouldn't have the versatility of the Lysander because he played his hand out to a point where like he had like almost nothing left.
Yeah. The only thing is though, if you had got Rough Seas, and
Yes, I know. When I played the end, when I ended myself to 4, I was really hoping for either an energy or a Rough Seas. Rough Seas would have been amazing. An energy would have meant I'd be able to, put myself a bit ahead in terms of damage and actually be able to maybe get a knockout the next turn, but I drew neither.
if you
Yeah,
had got
I kind of noticed that you only played 2 Rough Seas, which is a really, really low count in Greninja. So I wasn't too afraid of losing the Stadium War at any point of that series. But I also noticed you played Delinquent.
Yeah.
So the whole
Yeah.
series I was playing around that, and it didn't come down once. But
We saw it.
No.
One
We saw
thing-
you playing around it.
Nick,
yeah, the whole series I was like, I kind of want to play some cards, but I can just hold on to them because I'm not losing to Delinquent.
Nick, when you end yourself to 4, and if you had got the Rough Seas there, I don't believe it would have actually helped enough, because Tamao would have had Skyfield to counter. If you had done it right on the last turn, the very last turn there, that could have done it, because I don't think Tamao had another Pokemon.
No, he was out of Pokemon at that point.
Oh,
At
okay.
170 HP, but regardless, you needed a lot in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hard game. Tamao, how do you feel about your top 4?
Yeah,
Your
I'm just
top
happy.
top 2, sorry.
Yeah, I'll take it. I want to win, so top 2's okay. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the next round, I guess.
I'd also like to ask, because this is obviously Worlds format, what do both players think in terms of your deck list in a Worlds format? Do you
Terrible.
Think terrible.
Terrible. Don't play this at Worlds.
Thanks for that.
Good advice. Good advice. Any particular reason?
Not
Oh.
much.
It's perfect for a meta game that you're prepared for.
Yeah,
If you know roughly what other people are going to play, like Alex is going to play Waterbucks.
yeah.
I had a feeling Ryan was going to play Waterbucks. I kind of had a feeling Luke would play something stupid, and Ray beats stuff that's stupid.
That's very true.
Did you expect me to play Greninja?
No, but I wasn't against you round one, so I wasn't really.
Yeah.
No, and no one could guess Charlie, but we knew it
No.
was something standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very glad. Like, I think the meta. I'm so glad no one played Night March. You guys
Yeah.
proved me exactly right that you're not boring. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I think. Have you seen
What
each
about,
other's deck lists yet? Did you look before?
I saw Nick's deck list, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I actually didn't see Tamao. Like,
Oh,
Lazy Nick.
That is just not. You
That
didn't
is
care at all
lazy.
about this tournament.
Tamao, did you notice a card Nick doesn't have in his list?
He doesn't play 3 hard charm, but
Yeah, that's something. But he doesn't play Lysander.
oh no, yeah, I noticed that, which
Okay,
is why I wasn't too bothered about getting float stones out at all.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nick, what about Greninja? Is it going to show up at Worlds? Do you reckon you
100%.
might
The
play
deck
it?
is like the amount of power that deck has when it sets up is actually just scary. I mean, you saw even taking out something like a Mega Rayquaza, like in game 2 there with a miss slash.
Yeah.
yeah. Of all things.
But all joking aside, just the deck has a lot going for it, and a lot of the time it just loses to itself. We saw that in game 1, and to a slightly lesser extent in game 3. I mean, game 3 is just like normal luck, but in terms of it's normal stuff like red card and judge, obviously. But people will really play less judge now that ends round, so it's really just some people called Tamao Cameron, decide to play one red card just to make me cry.
I fear slightly for Greninja against Trevenant, because I do think some Trevenants will play the red card, maybe in counts of 2, just to get a better chance.
Yeah,
I fear it for Aquabox.
But Aquabox.
I
Yeah, I
feel
fear
like
it for Aquabox.
I think with the hard charms, I think it's a lot better against Aquabox though.
Yeah.
Hard Charm is super cool, actually. That was one of the things I saw from Danish Nationals that I've
Yeah.
it was a really good
I really
shout.
like that idea. Like,
That was awesome to see.
it nearly. I mean, I think it would have taken the whole nationals had it won top 4, but so be it.
I mean, hell, Hard Charm would have even helped against you because it would make it harder for Rayquaza to get the knockout.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd
Lots of
require
resources.
7 Pokemon against the break.
Thankfully, we gave deck lists in before Sweden, Danish nationals. so-
Denmark. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna do a little sign out thing as per usual. So you better all wave.
Hold on, wait, Jake. Before you do, as part of I need to announce my contribution to the prize pool.
Oh,
Oh, let's see.
Seeing as I'm now eliminated. From
every Lugia that you own.
No, not quite. The winner of this tournament will be the proud owner of if I can get it out.
Look at the suspense.
This better be worth it.
So worth it. Well, I'm not sure if the viewers remember, but there was a vague suggestion that the winner would get like a bad EX from each player. But there was nothing really agreed, but whatever.
I think this fits the bill pretty nicely.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
I actually kind of want one. I've got all the stuff for Primal Kyogres apart from the regular Kyogre. So that would be quite nice.
And you can't just get the tins in a shop so easily anymore.
Oh, I'd rather not have to buy the cards, but if I
Well,
can win them.
Yeah, if you can win it. So this will be the hardest you've worked to earn a Kyogre.
Probably, yeah.
All right, guys. With that, so that was the first of the semi-final games. And I'm gonna put semi-final because that looks really cool, despite it only being an 8-man tournament. But first of the semi-final games, really like interesting kind of backward and forward matchup. It played sort of how I thought it would, even down to the kind of Greninja actually taking a game. aspect. I quite liked it. So thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you all another time, YouTube. Give them a wave. Tamao, you better be waving.
Somebody wait for me.
I'm double waving.